Hello, everyone. Stuart with Franklin Hill Ventures here, coming to you from Knoxville, Tennessee. Back to doing Ephemera today. I took a break and did vinyl records earlier this week. Appreciate everybody who stopped by that show. That was a lot of fun. Thanks to my brother for coming over and helping Wednesday night. We sold about 150 vinyl records, I think, and then probably another 50 or 60 45 RPM records. So yeah, really fun show. And if you were in that show, appreciate it. Everything shipped out yesterday, so you should have it by the first of next week. Let's see who we got coming in. Hey, Cerebral, K.A. Junkanon, Vintage Memories, hello. Anybody else I've missed? Hey, T. Bowie. As mentioned at the beginning of the show, I am Stuart with Franklin Hill Ventures here in Knoxville, Tennessee. In addition to Whatnot, I sell on a ton of other online platforms and also have 3 antique booths here in the Knoxville area. So if you ever happen to be coming through, make sure you stop by West End Antiques or Bearden Antique Mall, both in Knoxville, or Granny's Attic in Clinton, Tennessee. And just a quick plug before we get started. If you like antiques, make sure you come to Clinton the last weekend or first weekend in last weekend in August, I think it is. God, now I've gone blank. Last weekend in September. Goodness, I am way off. Last weekend in September is the big fall antique festival there. They block off all the streets. There's food vendors, there's street vendors, all the antique malls do sales. So if you happen to be close to the area, make sure you stop by. Hey, Jesse James. Hey, Stock Diva. Hey, Ashley, Mystic River Treasures. We'll go ahead and get started. I do have a couple of pre-bids. I'm going to do all the pre-bids around 1:30. I also take requests, so if you see something you want me to run, put the lot number in the chat, and we'll get to those. Otherwise, I think I'm just going to start with number 1 today and then go down the line. I'm probably not going to run as long as I normally do. I got a few things to do this afternoon. Also know there's a ton of raid trains today, so appreciate you coming to my show. I know there's at least 2 Christmas in July raid trains going on today. So if you do like Christmas stuff, check out those. I think I have some Christmas stuff in one of my miscellaneous lots, but that would be all the Christmas I have. It's too far off to think about Christmas, at least for me. So let me go ahead and flip the camera around. Well, some of these first couple I'll just show like this. So we'll go ahead and start with lot 1, which is already pinned. Appreciate the pre-bids I've gotten. And so lot 1 is from 1985, and it's going to be this Art Nouveau floral stickers and seals. It's got 101 stickers, so if you do junk journaling or anything like that, which I do not, I have not any creative bones in my body. It looked like all the stickers were still in here. I'm assuming they still stick okay. But yeah, it's just a whole book of stickers, and there's 101 kind of pretty, I guess, Art Nouveau style, since that's the title of the book. But everything, a couple other things. Everything's running at $3 start today. Shipping's capped at $9.21. So basically, after you get to £1, your shipping will be free. And there's a coupon code in the show notes, so make sure you check that. That'll be good for 10% off any one item. Also, if you're a Rewards Club member, click the crown up at the top to see what level you're at and claim any coupons that you might have there. So anyway, we'll go ahead and get started. As I mentioned, we'll do pre-bids at 1:30. Also take requests, so put those lot numbers in the chat. All right, we're going to go ahead and start this. Let's see, we're going to do everything at 15 seconds. And make sure we're not on sudden death. And this is running. So if you like stickers, 101 flower stickers in the Art Nouveau style. So some pretty groovy stickers in there. Hey, Anna Height, Laurie F, Willie, E.S. Douglas. All right, no interest there. We're going to start a stack down there for. All right, let's see what we got next. All right, if anybody likes to color, we have a Turn of the Century Posters coloring book. This is pretty cool. This one is from 1978, and I can't remember if there were any pages colored in this. Let's see. I don't think there is, but basically these are just all replicas of Turn of the Century posters, and you add the color. and it is from 1978. I can't even stay within the lines when I color, so this is definitely not for me. So we'll go ahead and start this, and it is Off and Running for the Turn of the Century Posters Coloring Book. As I mentioned, everything's a $3 start today. Shipping's capped at $9.21, so that's the most you'll pay no matter how much you buy. All right, no interest there. Oops. All right, let's see what we got next. Let's see. So next up, this is an interesting book. Hey, welcome in, Sasquatch. Hey, Noel, how you doing? Jewel, Treedo, Bell 25, anybody else I've missed? So this book here, I think it was intended to be a children's book, but it's from the 70s, so things were a little different then. But it's called Where Did I Come From? Tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera around because most of the things from here, that'll be easier to do that way. Give me just a second. Switch. Move my tripod. All right. So yeah, as this mentioned, this book is from the 70s. I had to censor. Well, you can just about find out, Farm Girl. Although if you live on a farm, you probably know all this. So, where did I come from? And you have the little sperm here, one sitting on the heart. And as mentioned, this is from 1973. And it's the facts of life without any nonsense and with illustrations. So, and the illustrations in this are, I guess, graphic would be the term. So here's 1973 was the date on this. And yeah, it says we wrote this because we thought you'd like to know exactly where you came from and how it all happened. And we know, because we have children of our own, how difficult it is to tell the truth without getting red in the face and mumbling. So we asked some boys and girls your age where they thought they had come from. So he's getting all red in the face. And here's some of the answers. The stork, the cat. Mom found me in the hospital. The fairies brought me, or Dad got me in the saloon. Okay, now I've covered these up, but little people are made by bigger people and censored here. But you can imagine what it's showing. Yes, it is Stock Diva. And it, you know, people have different, I guess, difference of opinions on how to teach your kids, but this one's definitely direct and to the point. So you have there. I don't know that I used any more stickies, so whoa. So yeah, so anyway, the rest of the book, let me get to where we get past the conception part. Yeah, and so then you got a lot of other cool illustrations here. Yeah, and so how could an egg resist a sperm like this? So anyway, this 1973 Where Did I Come From book. So my kids are all grown now, so I don't need it anymore. But if anybody has kids that you need to explain the birds and the bees to, here's your book. We'll go ahead and start this. And it is Off and Running. No, they wouldn't, Stock Diva. You know, I mean, it's nothing wrong with it, I don't guess. But yeah, it's definitely one teaching style. So, all right, no interest. As I mentioned, we'll get to pre-bids around 1:30. I'm probably only going to run an hour or so today. So let me go ahead and get to the next item that doesn't have a pre-bid, and it's going to be lot 5. Let's see, where was lot 5? Right here. So if you want to see exactly what this looks like, look at the pictures. I'll try to show it. But it's really big. It's 33 inches by 22.5 inches. So, but it's a movie poster from the Listen Up movie, which was about Quincy Jones. I had never heard of it. I don't know if anybody else has. But yeah, you can see, and it's got a picture of Quincy over here. It was rated PG-13. So not much else to say about that. We'll go ahead and run it. And we are off. So the 33-inch by 22.5-inch movie poster about the life of Quincy Jones. Thank you, Shadrach. And it looks like that's going to come your way. Appreciate it. This should all ship out. Well, I always say on my Friday shows it will ship out no later than Monday. Since I'm not going to be running this long today, I may get stuff packaged up today, but we'll see. But I promise they'll go out no later than Monday. Oh, speaking of music, make sure you check out the catalog on the auction site. I do have 2 albums. I ran an album show last Wednesday, and man, it was fun. We went through about 100 to 150 records plus some 45 RPMs. Had a bunch of Prince stuff, and one of the Prince albums actually sold for a lot, but the person said they accidentally swiped in their pocket or something. Who knows? But so anyway, they canceled the order. So I do have one of the Prince albums left. So check that out. It's a 1999 European release of that album. So, all right, we'll go to lot 6 now. Keep an eye on the clock so I know when 1:30 gets here. We do have the photo album that will run at 1:30, which is from the 1950s. And it's got a lot of military and then parades. Not military parades, but military and parades. So, hey, goodbyes from Fred. Welcome in. Brizaville, Brandy Marie, anybody else I missed. I'm Stuart with Franklin Hill Ventures here in Knoxville, doing my normal every other Friday ephemera show. Have done a few other, we did records earlier this week. Occasionally I'll do book shows, just kind of depending on what I get. So, all right, so this is going to be a comic book from 1988. It's Captain Atom, number 17. It's a DC comic. I mean, it looks to be in decent condition. I'm by no means a comic book person, so I don't know about grading them. But, you know, I don't see any rips or tears. There's like some corner dings there. I've never heard of Captain Atom, but maybe somebody else has. But we'll go ahead and get it started. And it is off and running. Captain Atom from 1988. So I was in college when this came out. Hey, EAS Douglas. Thanks for coming in. Anybody else I've missed? Yeah, I used to run shows every other week, multiple times a week, but I was spending way too much time. And I have so many outlets I sell stuff on that I was taking too much time away from the other things. Let me check my pre-bids, see how we're doing there. So we've got 3 items with pre-bids. If anybody has any requests, go ahead and put the lot numbers in the chat and we'll jump right to those as well. About 15 minutes, we'll start on the pre-bids. So let's see what we got next. We ran that one. So lot 7. This one's kind of cool. This is a veterinary teaching aid. So it says the canine, a veterinary and in anatomical transparencies. The writing here is a little faded, but if we open it up, it's from 1967, so this book's exactly as old as I am. I was also born in 1967, and so I remember these kind of things from school, but you have the overlays, so you have, here's the dog here. It was a great year, Noel. And if we lift that up, then we see the skeletal system. And here's more of the skeletal system. We got the pelvic organs, the stifle, which is their knee, prolapse of a vertebral disc, the skull and teeth, and then the anal sacs and the nails of the dog. So you got all the different sections here, and then the overlay. I guess there were 2 overlays. I may have turned too many. So you have the picture of the dog. Then you have, is there two there? Yeah, I missed one. Then you have the organs, and then if we go one more, then you see that there. So we'll go ahead and start this. Like everything today, this will be starting at $3. And it is off and running. Hey, Lisa put Crystal Peaches, Tennessee Mom. Is that Tennessee Mom to 22 boys? That'd be a lot. We have three girls and a boy, but oh, I didn't pin the right one. Let me, just in case I forgot to pin that one. So this is for the veterinary book. Start auction, and that's running. So for the veterinary teaching aid here. All right, still no interest. Hey, Tracy Litt and Miranda, JD, anybody else that I've missed. If you see anything you want me to run, just let me know. Otherwise, just going through things in order until we get to the pre-bids, which we'll do right around 1:30. So let me go ahead and pin this one. And this is going to be a 1983, and it's an I Pray with Jesus book. And it's made to look at like it's got one of the celluloid covers like you would see on some of the Catholic books. But this is a faux celluloid. It's just like plastic with a cover of some sort. I don't think this had any of the presentation pages filled out. Yeah, so nothing filled out there. But lots of illustrations in here. All color illustrations. There's the birth of Jesus. There's Mary and St. Elizabeth. So go ahead and run this $3 start, and it is off and running. For the 1983, that would have been what, my sophomore year of high school, I guess. All right. Got a tough crowd today. Hey, Charity Vintage, Carl Hubbard, anybody else I missed, thanks for coming in. We'll just keep going down the line here. And this is going to be some San Francisco ephemera. It is going to be a 1939 Golden Gate, some 1939 Golden Gate exposition postcards, and a 1945 storied San Francisco booklet. So you have these postcards from the 1939 Golden Gate exhibition, or exposition, I guess it was. I think they're all, oops, sorry about that. I think they're all three unused. There's the Temple Compound. And then here is the Tower of the Sun. Yeah, so all three of those were unposted. And then we have this book from 1945 that's storied San Francisco. And it just gives information about the history of San Francisco. Got some illustrations in it. I think in the, yeah, there's a picture of San Francisco. I guess that's that Alcatraz out there maybe. I think it's got, yeah, and then some more pictures in the back. So anyway, all four of those pieces for a $3 start, and we are off and running. The three 1939 Golden Gate Exposition postcards and the storied San Francisco booklet. Hey Wes, Slim Flippers, that's my podcast partner. You can find us over on YouTube at the Finders Flippers Resale Podcast. We just dropped our latest episode yesterday, I think it was. And it's pretty funny if I don't say so myself. In fact, I'll get cracked up if I start thinking about it. Hey, Rustic Cajun Vintags, the CMFE. Appreciate y'all coming in. do our pre-bids around 1:30, so here in another 12 minutes or so. In the meantime, we'll keep running through the stuff in the catalog. And if you see anything you want me to run, just put the lot number in the chat. So this is a pretty cool item. Let's talk about it live shows again. Well, you'll have to let us know. So is that on YouTube, Noelle? And is your channel just Farm Girl Scavenger Noelle? We'll definitely make sure to go follow her. Cool. Wes, make sure you go follow her from the Finders Flippers channel. Then I'll do it for mine as well. Here's the 20th century. Yeah, we're going to run the album at around 1:30. I'm going to run all the pre-bids at 1:30, Charity. So just going through things in order. If there's any requests, things that don't have pre-bids, let me know, and I'll get those in the queue as well. So this is a 1904 songbook, and what's interesting, it's got a lot of ads in it for quack medicine. So it's from the Chattanooga Medicine Company, so just down the road from me, and you have all these ads: liver medicine, black draft from M.A. Thedford and Company. I'm sure it cures everything under the sun. And then mixed in, you have the songs. So you have the Star Spangled Banner. Here's how to cure a cold. You just take a hot bath, soaking the feet well in hot water, and you take a dose of Thedford's Black Draft. That will probably get you drunk, and then you go to bed early and have plenty of covers to keep warm. So more songs. Mrs. Root, the Grand Worthy Associate. She was troubled for over a year, and a heavy cold superinduced this condition. She took medicines, Turkish baths, and frequent hot tub baths. But once she took this tonic, she was fine. So anyway, as you go through it, you have all kind of testimonials from different people. She was the Vice Templar of the International Order of, does anybody know what the IOGT is? I'm sure it's International Order of something. Probably has something to do with like Masonic or something. But and then on the back, you have another ad from Limmer Drug Company. Let's look one more place, and then we'll start this. Yeah, so here's Wine of Cardui. The Great Spirit planted it. Take and be healed for women's relief. So yeah, drink a bottle of that, and you will feel nothing. So we'll go ahead and run that. Hey, whatever helps, Noelle. All right, here we go. We're going to start this $3.15 for the 1903 songbook. So I think you drink enough of this stuff and then you would sing the songs is probably how it worked. There's my old Kentucky home. All right, no interest in that. Hey, Chi-Rap. How you doing? Pippi the Pump, Ute Farrell, anybody else I've missed, appreciate you coming in. Just doing antique and vintage ephemera today. We'll do anything with pre-bids here in just about 8 minutes now. We'll start doing those. In the meantime, we'll keep running through this stuff, see if we can find something that somebody has interest in. I thought for sure somebody might like the songbook, but you never know. All right, this is a 19. Hey, how you doing, Rosman? Thanks for coming in. Here's a 1963-64 Boy Scout catalog. Let me pin that. And it's got everything that a Boy Scout would need in the 60s. You have your watchets, you got your hatchets, compass, meal kits, a little bit of everything. Uniforms for your scout leaders, uniforms for the scouts, tents, sleeping bags, backpacks, and meal kits. So you got some pennants here on the back, and then shoes and all kind of other stuff. So we'll go ahead and get this one started. Hey, I'm doing good. Hope you got you something. Were you deer hunting? What kind of hunting were you doing? All right, here we go. This one's off and running. Deer. I like me some venison jerky. Overall, I'm not like a big fan of venison, but I do like venison and chili, and then like the deer jerky or venison jerky. So I do more. Well, I used to fish all the time. I don't really have time to do that anymore. Now my son does all the fishing for me. I've never really done a lot of hunting. Don't have anything against it. Just not anything that I've ever really been interested in myself. I've always been more the fisherman. All right, let's go to lot 13. Oh, cool. All right, so lot 13 is going to be a Flash Gordon paperback. And this is from 1976. It's in really good condition. I mean, there's a little bit of, you can see wear on the cover, but then it's fully illustrated. Ottenheimer Publications, and it's Flash Gordon in the Sand World of Mongo. Whenever I hear the word Mongo, I think of Blazing Saddles. But yeah, illustrations on every page here. There he is riding a camel or something, it looks like. So both pictures and words in this. So we'll go ahead and get it started. Hey, well, I saw you earlier. Goodbyes from Fred. Welcome back. Phyllis FK, Mimi Pop Dills. And this is running for the Flash Gordon in the Sand World of Mongo. Mongo. I like when Mongo punches the horse in Blazing Saddles. So, all right, no interest in that. And excuse me. All right, so that brings us to lot 14. Got just about 5 minutes before we start on some of the pre-bids. And this is going to be a 1908. It's a Yale University group photo of some sort. I'm not sure what the group is, but it's got it's in the original mailing label. And I looked up this Patch Brothers. They did a lot of stuff for Yale University. And if we pull this out, it's like a really thick photo. It does have a kind of a crease right here, but it's a bunch of older men, and they all have 08. I mean, I thought at first maybe it was a Clash reunion from the 08, but they all look too old. I mean, that would put this, up in the 50s probably. And I guess it's possible that is. But the fact, like, you've got just the way the address is written on here and everything's written out, I think it's earlier than that. So I don't know if these were faculty or what. They do all have canes, it looks like. So anyway, some kind of antique, a Yale group photo. Let me go ahead and get that started. And that is off and running. And if you see anything in the catalog you want me to run, just let me know and we can jump to it. Pre-bids will run here. I'll probably run 2 more things, then we'll start on the items with the pre-bids. Oh, Shadrach comes in at the last second. Thank you. Yeah, I thought this was kind of a cool picture. I used a magnifying glass to try to read these buttons they have on, but I could not. I mean, it would get too blurry whenever I would get close. So maybe you'll be able to see and get a little more information on what exactly they were doing. Hey, welcome in back, Marlene, Dig Dug, Prairie Land, Miranda, anybody else I missed. Thanks for coming in. I'm Stuart with Franklin Hill Ventures, doing my normal every other Friday ephemera show. I know there's a lot going on today in the ephemera category, so I appreciate you spending a little bit of your Friday afternoon with me. We'll do just 1 or 2 more things, then we'll jump over to the pre-bids. Also, if you see anything in the catalog you want me to run, I just put that lot number in the chat. Let's see. That was lot 14, so lot 15. This is going to be some photos. So it's 27 antique and vintage snapshot type photos. Let's see what all we got in here. They do have a curl, like a curl to them. which is, you know, pretty common with these old pictures you can see there. But let's see. I love this lady here. I guess it's like a photo booth photo. But it's dated 1934. I love her outfit. So you got her, and you got this guy standing in front of a bridge. This was Tom Taylor, Waycross, Georgia. I guess that's Waycross, Georgia. Let's see, put her there. Then you have somebody standing on the porch of their house. No date on that one. Then you have this couple here, and I was looking to see Harbor View something is what I guess these say there. Then you have this lady with her dog, or is that a cat? Might be a cat. I think it's a cat. She looks kind of scary though. Look at her. See if I can get it to focus. I don't know. Maybe she's, well, there you go. It's Minnie Brett Wilcox, Aunt Min. That's Nana's sister. So, yeah, she's, I don't know. Then we have this couple here. It looks like there's a book written on the back. I'm sending you a couple of glamour shots of Ruth and I, and this of your folks. So, this is the folks. It's not the glamour shot. Hey, Mary Harry. Hey, Donna Joe. Enroll Mystic River Treasures. Anybody else I missed? There's another one. I love the outfit here. Some kind of hat with some kind of stick going through it. I guess that's going through her hat. Anyway, that's Katie Liz Wilcox, Drew, Waycross, Georgia. Here's a dog feeding its puppies. Pat and family. So I guess the dog's name is Pat. Then we have, I'll show a couple more, then we'll get this started, and I'll finish showing them while it runs. Here's a boat. Oops. And then here's, wow, he's got on his like Speedos or something maybe. Oh, look at her eyes. Those eyes or something. No identifications on that one. And then here's somebody's house. May have been the same house we saw the person standing in front of. Here's an old car out in front of something. Oh, there's a sailor right there. That says the Waikiki Theater, so I guess it's in Hawaii. Then you have this guy with his dogs. That says the one in the middle is Dad, Pat, and Haiti maybe. So Pat was the one who had the puppies. Maybe the other one's the dad. And here's another picture of a house. And then, sorry for the glare. We got them. I guess that's a dog in the background. Yeah, that's Bob and Mother and Dad in 1942. I guess that's Mother and Dad again. May 1945. And then that may be the same picture we saw a second. Well, no, there's only two people in this one. So similar, because there's the dog in the background again. That's Aunt Kate, Aunt Kate and Uncle France, I think is what it says. All right, let me go ahead and start this one. I'll put a minute on the clock, and we'll finish showing it while it runs. So this one is off and running. And then we have this lady standing in front of a fence. That's Ruby Crane in Tampa. We got the dog out in the street with the old car behind it. We got this lady here. That's Mom. That may be Mom as well. This one's got some damage to it, yeah. Then there's the dog with the puppies again. Pat and her litter of pups. There's the dog with the car again. There's a sailor with his hat on. And these are some real, well, no, this one's just a picture. Look at this girl here on the porch or something. Then you got, I love this one, this lady in the fur coat on the deck of the ship or something. Looks like Prairie Land's going to take that for $3. Good deal. All right, it is now 1:34, so I guess we'll do the pre-bids. You're welcome. So let's go to pre-bids. And first we'll do number 12. So let me go ahead and pin this. Looks like we got 7 things with pre-bids now. All right, so this is a lot of 1933 Chicago Century of Progress. It's maps and a rail map. So there's 2 maps here. This is the rail map. So it's See Chicago in the Century of Progress Exposition. Use Chicago surface lines. And if we open this up, you got some images from the Century of Progress Exposition. Here's something about the Roosevelt Road extension. And you have the map of the rail lines. This thing's in really, really good shape. And then here's some more information. Let me put this back in here. Oops. And then you have the map of the fair itself. So this one does have some, wear around the edges. This is probably one you got when you walked in the exposition. You'd fold it up and put it in your pocket or whatever. But everything in red was free. So they had the Midway area. They had an airplane ride, an auto scooter, the Battle of Gettysburg, the train flea circus. Those used to be really big. A 2-headed baby. You had a Ripley's, believe it or not, even back then. You had the restaurants, all kind of stuff at the fair here. So we'll go ahead and start this one. And it is, we do not need to run it for a minute. 15 seconds, $3, and it's off and running. Thanks for the pre-bid, Crafty Beaver. So the 1933 Chicago Century of Progress Exposition maps. And you're getting both these. And Crafty Beaver, thank you so much. Welcome in, Eric81 Les, Lunatic, Age Coins, anybody else I missed. Thanks for coming into the show today. We're doing all the pre-bid items right now. So now we got lot 4. And if you see anything that you don't want to pre-bid on, but you want me to run it, just put the lot number in the chat. And I'll try to watch for those. All right, so this is going to be a 1969 Art Nouveau, an anthology of design and illustration from the studio. It does have like where there was a sticker maybe or something on there. Here's the back. It's in pretty good shape to be from 1969. I guess it's kind of like a coloring book. Copyright 1969, Dover Publications. But yeah, just all kind of cool images in here. So yeah, if you scrapbook or anything like that, these would probably be great for that. Looks like cutouts here that you could do. Let me go ahead and start it. And we'll finish showing it while it's running. 15 seconds, and that's running. Summer there. Daisy, Rose, Lily, and Pink. All right, Fox Den took that. Thank you so much. And if anybody's in here who came to our record show on Wednesday night, thank you so much for coming. That was a ton of fun. All right, let's go ahead and run lot 24. We'll do the photo album last. So lot 24 is going to be this leather working book on how to make holsters. So it is folded up. It's like a really long book here. But the graphics on the front are really cool. And it's Al Stoneman. And it was a craft tool book. This is number 40. So if we open it up, like here's all the different ones you can make, I guess. And then, yes, you go through here. It's just got instructions on, making the different holsters. So, I'll show you the back. And you can see it does have some wear where it was folded and up here on the corners. But it's from 1962. We'll go ahead and run this. And it is off and running. How to make holsters. Thank you, Go and Gadget. Hey, Black Ops, Crazy Eddie. Anybody else I've missed? Appreciate you stopping by today. All right, that will be coming your way. And then looks like we still got a couple more pre-bids before we get to the album. So we'll do lot 26. It's going to be a miscellaneous lot. A lot of cool stuff in this. Remember, I love miscellaneous lots. I know when other people run them, more often than not, it seems like I end up buying them. So, all right. So this is just a box. It did have a knife in it at some point, but it's from the 1982 World's Fair. And if you've been in my shows before, you've heard me say that I went to the World's Fair about 130 something times. My buddy and I would ride the bus down there and hang out in the arcades. So you got a 1982 World's Fair knife box. Got a Barbados patch. And we have a letter from 1959. Got the Pray for Peace cancellation. Can't remember what it is. Let's see. Oh, yeah, it's a card with a cat. Dear Mom and Dear Nana and Granddaddy, I guess. So it must have been to the grandparents. And wrote a pretty long letter. And it's a Smart Kitten card from Restcraft. Well, if I can get it back in there. Shouldn't be that hard. There we go. Let's see. Then we have a patch here for Crater Lake, still in the original package. It was originally $2 when they bought it. Here's a Boy Scout patch for the Atlanta Area Council. Here's some type of maybe Scout membership card. Yeah, my Cub card. Boy Scouts of America. November 1938 is when this is from. Hey, Kim Bunn, Steam Line Auction. Calmato 23. Thank you for coming in. Get this back in here. Well, there we go. Okay, then this, I guess I can't really show it. This is like a pinup slide. I don't know if they were pre-printed or this is one somebody, or like a commercially available or one that somebody took themselves, but it does have a nude lady in the slide. So you'll just have to take my word on that. And then here's another Boy Scout card. And this one is from, here's the back of that one, Loyalty, Patriotism, and Service. This one's from 1941. So that's the Boy Scout card. The other one was a Cub Scout card. Hey, Buffer, Savon Clark. Anybody else I missed? We're going through a little miscellaneous ephemera lot here. Got a couple more pre-vids we get going through, including a photo album from the 1950s that has military photos and parade photos and just like everyday life from the 50s. Here's High Toots, congratulations. May you fly high and never stop until you're sitting right on top. A curly cue card. Tell you what, let me go ahead and start this for a minute, then we'll get through the rest of it. 1 minute, and that is running. We have a Beavis and Butthead tattoo, or decal, I guess. And that's from 92, I think it was. Then we have these 3 astronaut cards. I don't know what they're out of. They're just like black and white photos. The Smashing Pumpkins. The Smashing Pumpkins. Then a couple more postcards. Postcard. Then we have some foreign currency of some sort. Then we have a ortho buck. I guess you got that at the orthodontist. And we have some reproduction Confederate currency here. Looks like 4 pieces of that. And here's some more slides. These are not nude ladies. It looks like somebody kayaking. So yeah, outdoors stuff there. And then finally Mount Vernon. So just go back through it real quick. The currency. Oh, Prairie Land. Thank you. Let me get all this back in the bag. All right, let's see what else we got. Then we got, tell you what, we'll come back to the ones that we ran earlier, didn't get a bid, that now have a pre-bid. We'll go ahead and run, got one more pre-bid before we run the album, and that's going to be this Prince album. So as I mentioned, so this is the, where'd it go? This is the European release of 1999. So if you're familiar with the 1999 album, it's normally a double album, and it normally, you know, has the purple front, and most everybody's probably seen it. But this was put out after that one and was the release basically everywhere but the U.S. So it's got 1999, Little Red Corvette, Delirious and Free, and then Let's Pretend We're Married, Something in the Water, and Lady Cab Driver. So, you know, basically, I don't know if that's the exact contents of disc one or record one in the other set, but, you know, there were 2 in the U.S. release. Yeah, it said for the world outside of the U.S. And we actually ran this in our record show Wednesday, and it sold for a ton of money. But the person canceled. They said they automatically swiped. We had like almost every Prince album that had been released, and really did, to be honest, did pretty well with those. But so let me go ahead and pull this out. This does have some wear on the jacket. And then somebody wrote on the sleeve here, Prince is fine. It's unusual. Prince actually has clothes on the cover of this album, because most of the albums we looked at the other night, he was like half naked. So this one did have, I think it had a scratch somewhere. Let's see. So this is side 1. Actually, there's like maybe a little hairline scratch there, but oh yeah, here it was. I knew there was. It's always hard to show these, but there is a scratch right here across kind of the first track. You know, how much it would affect playability, I'm not sure. But there is that. There you go. There you can see it right there. And then you got side 2, which I think it was pretty clean. I mean, side 1's the one that had probably was played a lot more, would be my guess, because side 2, while they're good songs, they're not the ones that people know. So let me go ahead and get this back in, and then we'll get it started. So just a $3 start in this show. We were actually starting all our records for $6 the other night, but in keeping with the $3 theme, we're going to run it for $3 and see where it goes. And it's Prince 1999, the Universal, or the Europe. Not today, Jaw. I do not. I do occasionally. The photo album I'm getting ready to show right after this does have some military photos, but they're all from the 50s, so, you know, more Cold War era. All right, and this is going to be running not for a minute. We'll run it for 15 seconds. And here we go. Thank you, Shadrach. Looks like you're going to get a deal on this, so congratulations. Yeah, and just to let you know, this thing, I think it sold for $51 in our show the other night. So, but we were happy with what we got, so we were glad you're getting this for a good deal. So, all right, and let's see. Now we're going to run the photo album, and then we'll go back and run the other pre-bid. I'll tell you what, let's just go ahead and get the other pre-bid out of the way, because the album's going to take a second to run. So let me find this lot 2. So the album will be right after this, because this one won't take very long. All right, so this is Turn of the Century Posters coloring book, and it's from 1978. I don't believe anything's colored in it, but it's just reproductions of all turn of the century photos ready for you to add your own color to. So let me go ahead and get this one started, and it is running. Thank you, Go and Gadget. Chocolate Manier, Chapbook, Read the Sun. There's some French poster, women's edition of the Buffalo Courier. All right, Go and Gadget took that. Thank you, thank you. All right, so now we'll do the photo album. Let me go ahead and pin it. Thanks for all the pre-bits on this. All right, let me go ahead and take the camera off this so we can just pan and scan here. Get untangled. Hold on just a second. While you're at it, you can go to franklinhillventures.com. That has links to all my social media, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, I don't know, pretty much Facebook, any of the social medias. Go out and give me a follow. I'd appreciate it. All right, so here's the photo album. It did have these 2 newspaper clippings in the front. They're from 1952. I assume they're in there for this. But you also have Joe Adcock and Al Rosen, top sluggers. Here's your softball. So I guess this is a military newspaper because here's your softball standings for the... Yeah, here we go. So it's the bullseye. So I guess it's not just a clipping. It's actually an issue of the bullseye. So you got that one. So there's two episodes of this. Oh, and so these are going to be the parade. I didn't even look at this one. So the parade pictures they're in here, I guess it's Eldorado, and they were in the parade. They weren't the only ones in the parade, but so that's why this one's in here. So anyway, you get the 2 bullseye newspapers in addition to everything that's in the scrapbook. All right, so there's 121 photos in this. And they're all in with photo corners. Nothing's glued. So it's kind of a mix of, military people in uniform. There's like no combat pictures or anything. Then just family life type pictures. So you got Christmas here with the tinsel tree and just, out in front with their cars. Overall, the album's in pretty good shape, but it's nice. This is the first one I've showed in a while that hasn't been glued in. I hate when they're glued in, but what can you do? You can't go back and undo the past. Oh, at first I thought she was dead, but I guess it's like is that on an amusement? I don't know if that's what she's on. Maybe like a train or something? I can't tell for sure. You have the 2 kids here. You got this guy here. And I'm assuming most all this centers around Nellis Air Force Base. He's holding some kind of bomb or something there. And here's an airplane with the crew out. Here's somebody with their kilt on. And there's some people playing in the road. There they are playing in the road again. I don't know if they're marked on the back or anything. I don't think there were any that had any, information about them. So this must be the Eldorado Parade. So you can see here, this must be the people from Fort Nellis. I like the Mon Pa Kettle was what was showing at the theater. Las Vegas favorite comedy team. So I don't know if this is actually in Las Vegas or Eldorado. It's the Eldorado Parade. Hey, Jane 12, Teresa, Nuka Kayla, Guy Ephemera, anybody else I've missed. Showing this photo album right now. And then just some kind of meeting room. Got all the charts and stuff on the wall. And I guess that says U.S. Air Force on the bus. Two old ladies gossiping about something there. This says headquarters. I guess that's what that said. We got him. Hey, Molly whooped. Jane 12. I think I said hi to you already. Appreciate everybody stopping in. I'm Stuart with Franklin Hill Ventures, doing ephemera today. It's another picture of her. She likes to lay down. So is she. I guess it's in like something being pulled there. So this one is written on there. There you go. Nellis Air Force Base Rest Camp. You got the helicopter. That does not look safe. But a couple more airplane pictures here. I suppose that's Nellis there. There are some missing, pictures. Looks like something else was in there. And here's another large one. Man, he looks young. He looks like he's about 14. Hey, Mr. Freck and Eric, thanks for coming in. The Dixie Flyer. It's not the radio flyer, it's the Dixie Flyer. Out in front of headquarters there. I'm not sure what this one is. It's kind of dark. As is this one. Looks like it's inside an office maybe. And somebody standing in front of their car. Hey, Danny bro. Well, if I can get the page turned here. There we go. Here we are playing basketball. Aaron's Hawaii. The flag's at half mast for some reason. I'm pretty sure this is the 50s. But yeah, for some reason they have the flag at half staff, so I'm not sure why. We're out in front of a house. There's a car. Must be watching TV here or something. This almost looks like they're signing something. I don't know if it's... They got their letters sewn. I don't know if they're signing with the military or signing some kind of athletic scholarship. Let's see, getting pretty close to the end here. Then we'll get it started and we'll kind of run back through it real quick while it runs. People standing in front of telephone poles. There they are with their car. Hope everybody's having a good Friday so far. Looking forward to a big day of yard selling tomorrow. It looked like there were quite a few. I was going to go out today, but ended up not. Coca-Cola sign in the background. Ended up just spending some time listing. I have so much stuff to go through. If you could see my garage, I have enough to keep me busy for the next, little bit anyway. You're grounded. I understand that. Well, Amy's going to go with me tomorrow, so then they're out in front of, I guess this is a theater that's showing David and Bathsheba. And then there's, I guess these are all pictures from David and Bathsheba. I don't know if it's a play or what. Yeah, I never ground myself, Noel. And, well, I won't say unfortunately. I mean, I do reselling full time, so, I mean, you never know when something like COVID's going to hit again. You can't get stuff, so I don't mind having a backlog. But, and I mean, to be honest, I do an okay job. Somebody must have been looking out the window. They inked that out. I do a pretty good job of staying on top of stuff. I just get so many calls from people. I've gotten kind of, I guess, a reputation, so to speak, up here in Knoxville. So I get calls usually a couple a week, if somebody want me to come look at stuff. And because ephemera is a very small part of what I do. I really only, well, I list ephemera on other places too, but most of my ephemera comes to Whatnot just because I enjoy doing the shows and, um, showing the cool stuff I found. But I do a lot of hard goods and collectibles and stuff on other platforms. Plus, I have the 3 antique booth locations where I do furniture and artwork and things like that. So I have my hands in a little bit of everything. All right, now we're back to the Hell Dorado Parade, I guess. There's a float of some sort here. It says Mayday Boulder. I guess so, Boulder, Colorado, maybe. Yeah, there were like 4 estate sales, and I thought about going to some of them today, but I think I'll just go tomorrow on half off day. I get a lot of books at estate sales, and for whatever reason, nobody else ever looks at the books, so I can usually find a lot of good deals on the 50% off day on good books. I sell a lot of books and records out of my booths. Here's a horse in the parade. Gallon super shoes, I think it says in the back. There's another float. So some cool parade pictures here. Let's see. Susan Hayward can get it for you wholesale. Looks like a theater there, but I don't know. It's got a menswear sign too. Here's a flyover of the Jets. And then here's Bond's Diamond Jewelers in the back. I like looking at all the stuff in the background of these. Then here's some people. There's a girl riding a zebra and an ostrich. So, I've sold a lot of Christopher Radko stuff. It does pretty well if you can get it for the right price. Here's some more parade floats. So a lot of good parade pictures in this album. It says Easter. Looks like it's got a big Easter egg. There's somebody else on a horse. And then let's see what we got left here. We have more parade photos. Looks like maybe some females. Is that artillery? I think it's artillery. All right, just about to the end, and then we'll get this started. Hope y'all have enjoyed looking through it. I love looking through old photo albums and scrapbooks. The last 2 shows I've had really good scrapbooks, like Victorian trade card scrapbooks. So I never know what I'm going to find. Let's see what we got here. A couple of newspaper clippings. Yeah, I guess that's in here for this picture. And then got these 3 here. And that may be the last ones. Let's see. Yep, that's it. And then there's some blank pages in the back. So let me go back to the front. We'll kind of go through it while it runs. Let me put this back up here and get it where I can turn the pages. Let me go ahead and get to the first page here. So you get the 2 bullseye newspapers, then all the photos in the scrapbook. And let's see, let's start auction. I'll put it at 30 seconds. We can show if you go back through it a little bit. And it is running. So 121 pictures in this photo album, kind of a mix of candid military shots, airplanes, shot a helicopter, and then all the parade pictures. Thank you, Allison, for the bid. There's the parade there. Looks like Allison must have a max bid in. She is still winning at 20. Thanks for the bids, everyone. Like the helicopter picture here. And the airplane pictures. There's that one. All right, Prairie Land ended up taking it. Thanks for the bids, everyone. And that was fun. So appreciate everybody bidding on that, and that will be coming your way no later than Monday. All right, looks like we got a couple other pre-bids that have popped up while you're running that. Okay, here's the section of the program where I tell everybody to close your ears because I've got to vacuum real quick. So 3, 2, 1, close your ears. All right, just have to do that little bit of cleaning there. Hey, the legacy threads. All right, so we have 33 has a pre-bid. And that is this one here. Oh, yeah. So this is a pair of Walter Foster art books. One's on oil paintings. I guess we say oil here in Tennessee, but oil paintings. And that's materials to use and how to paint in oils. And then we have the cats in action. So it's all about how to draw cats. Just show you a couple of the pages. So like there's the end result, and all you got to do to make that picture is just follow these steps. I guarantee if I were to do that, it would look nothing like that, but maybe somebody who's a little more artistic. But yeah, here's another one. So, and then here's an advertisement for the watercolor book. And then in the cats in action book, yeah, so there's the puma. There's a cheetah. So there's lots of good images in this one, even if you don't want to get it to draw the animals. So anyway, we'll run both these for a $3 start, and it is 15 seconds. It's off and running. Thank you, Bradley O. Hey, welcome in, Gablo Quazada, YMA, Savage Flea, anybody else I've missed. Appreciate everybody stopping by. Doing my usual every other week ephemera show, although I think the next one I do is going to be Paper Palooza. So, in fact, make sure you go out and search Paper Palooza and get everybody's shows bookmarked. That's the big granddaddy paper event that way back in the day, Popeye's Postcards and New to You Provisions, John and Ben started. And then Lillian, Penguin Boss, and I took it over. And then I retired and turned it over to Schmidt Auctions. And now Schmidt Auctions and Penguin Boss run those, and to be honest, they've taken those things to a whole nother level than what they were when I was helping Lillian do it. They're very creative, and they must work 24/7 putting those together because they have them all the time, and they're just really well run. So anyway, check those out. I know they have a train going on today. We'll probably find somebody to raid at the end of my show, but I know there's a ton of stuff going on today. So I really appreciate y'all taking the time to stop by and spend a little time with little old me this afternoon. All right, lot 1 has a pre-bid. So if you like scrapbooking, junk journaling, this is just a book of 101 stickers and seals, and they're from 1985. I assume everything still sticks okay. And that's the same year I graduated high school, so it's, they're getting old, but they look to be in good condition. Lots of cool designs in there. I like Art Nouveau flowers. Best I can tell, none have been used, so I think all 101 are in there. But this will be running right now. $3 start, as is everything today. Make sure you follow me on Whatnot. My brother and I will probably do another record show. I may do a record show from my booth. I have like thousands of records at the booth, and I may just go through and pull things out and see what interest there is in records. Probably a Sunday evening, maybe after we close. Not exactly sure yet, but kind of in the planning stages of that. And may do books the same way. I have, hundreds and hundreds of antique and vintage books at my booth that we'll probably auction off one Whatnot. So, all right. Then we have a pre-bid on the 1967 The Canine book. Let's see where that went. There it is. So I thought this was a really cool book, or not really a book. It's a series of charts. But the wording on the front's faded a little bit, but it says the canine, a veterinary, and a veterinary aid in anatomical transparencies, and it's from Laboratories, and it's 1967. So exact same age as me. It was born, so that would make it 58. And if we look at it, you got the Ford here, but it's got the picture of the dog, with all the numbers here. And as we move the transparencies, I remember these kind of things from high school. There's I guess the bone structure there. And then if we move it again, we end up with the organs. And if we move it again, we end up with whatever's left there. And then there's also sections for the eye, the bony pelvis, along with the ears, and then the pelvic organs and the stifle, which is the knee. Guess I said that right. It's either the stifle or the stifle. And then the prolapse of a vertebral disc, and then the skull and the teeth. I think that's it. Oh, and then you have the anal sacs and the nails on the back. So kind of a cool book. It's a veterinary aid. Let me get stuck on the binders here. Hold on. Well, there we go. All right, so this is off and running. Thank you, Bradley O. I think that takes care of all the pre-bids. So if anybody has any request of anything that's left, just put the lot number in the chat. As I mentioned at the beginning, I'm probably not going to run as long today as I normally do. I got some stuff I need to do. But let me run through a few more things. We'll see if we get any more pre-bids or any requests. And then we'll go from there. Let's see. Well, I'll tell you what. Does anybody like postcards? I got 2 lots of postcards I can do. I have another lot of photos. So let me know if postcards or photos interest anybody. I have some like Victorian die cuts that came out of a scrapbook at some point. They're loose now. Then I have another miscellaneous ephemera lot. So if any of that stuff sounds like it interests you, let me know. Otherwise, I'll just grab something. Tell you what, let's go ahead and we'll do another lot of photos here real quick. So this is going to be lot 16. Where are you, lot 16? There it is. So this is all going to be antique vintage photos with kids in the picture. And I think there are, 26 of them. So have some like school photo type things here. That's first school picture at 6 years old. There's a couple of kids digging in the sand. 1956. This one's got some damage to it or wear, but it's another school picture. Then you have this kid here with this little pull toy. Got the little, looks like a Fisher Price dog maybe. And then this looks like a Halloween picture. The picture's kind of, I don't know what happened to it. I don't know if it was the way it was developed or what, but it looks like 2 kids in their Halloween costume. Oh, and then I love, this one's kind of creepy. Then you have another Halloween picture. This one says "Nuttin' to It." And I think I had a mask very similar to that when I was a kid. Then you got the kid dressed up like an Indian. He's got his tomahawk, and I don't know if that's a mask or if he's actually got his face painted. But another Halloween. Then I love these curtains in the background back here with something on it. Yeah, so that's 1987. A Halloween party, Bob and Mary Elizabeth. That may not even be kids. That may be adults since it's a Halloween party. But in any case, Halloween picture. Then it looks like maybe like a nanny or a housekeeper sitting with a little kid. Looks like there's an old bicycle in the back there. Lena Johnson in Tampa in the 1930s. So she must have been some kind of caretaker for the kid, I guess. And then maybe this is the mom. She's getting ready to go out in the town. She's got her hat with her feather in the cap, it looks like. And that's Katie and Bobby Drew. And you got the kids here. This one does have a crease in it. That's Halloween 1956. And you have this dapper looking young man here. This one's got a crease in it as well. That's Randy Drew. So a lot of these do seem to be the same family. Then you have a whole family on the jungle gym, old school jungle gym that, you know, safety was not a concern back then. It was kind of survival of the fittest. That's the kind I played on when I was a kid. Then you have the girl with the metal, those rocking chair type things. Yep, it should still be that way. I will say my grandson, he's a climber. He climbs all over everything, so. And then this one's got some creases in it, but it's a little girl in the pool. Yeah, I think back to some of the things we did as kids, and, you know, it is amazing. We lived riding our bicycles down huge hills and putting a big ramp at the end and jumping. Of course, no bicycle helmet back then. But, you know, we made it somehow, and I guess we're better for it. Then there's maybe somebody with their sibling. I don't know if that's I guess it's two little girls. Karen and Janie Jernigan, 1957. Then there's two kids sitting on the running board of the car. Jean and Bobby Drew again, approximately 1928 to 1929. Then looks like they got them a stringer full of fish there. A couple more just school type photos. I like this one. This one's a real photo postcard. That's Woodrow Wilson Brett, Woodrow Wilson Brett, Waycross, Georgia. Unfortunately, it does have a water stain in the corner, but the main part of the picture is in pretty good shape. But he's, well, there is some wear right there too. Then here's another real photo postcard. They must have been together because they have exactly the same stain. Yes, this is a lot, Sisters in Bloom. So it's all going to be a $3 start. And then this was compliments of the chief engineer of the U.S. Coast and Geodetic Survey, Washington, D.C., Brunswick, Georgia. That's Bubba, Brett, and Dorothy. So, like, got the stain there. And then it does have a crease up here in the corner, but they're on deck, some kind of ship. Then we have a Christmas picture with the Santa Claus. Then we got Bobby Ray Drew, approximately 1934. They were in Tampa, Florida, and on his pony. And wonder if he took his pony up on his boat on the ocean. And then we have another Christmas picture. He's riding well, I guess it's a kid's seat, old-timey kid's seat there. And then finally, we have another real photo postcard. This one's in not great condition, but it's just a bunch of kids. Must be a school picture of some sort. It's another Waycross, Georgia. But yeah, you can see it's got quite a few stains and tears. I mean, you can still see the picture fine, but it is in rough condition. So yeah, all this for one money. A lot of really good pictures in there, and we will go ahead and start that. $3, and it's off and running. Just kind of show you the Halloween pictures, some of the real photo postcards, the Christmas pictures, the boy on his horse, another Christmas picture, another real photo postcard, another real photo postcard. Sisters in Bloom is going to take that. Good deal. Thank you so much. All right, let's see. Let's go ahead and do a postcard lot. We'll just see what we get here. Lot 22. Let me make sure nobody's putting pre-bids in. Oh yeah, we do have a pre-bid. So we'll get to that pre-bid next, but let's do lot 22 first. So these are some antique foreign postcards, and there's a couple of bullfighting postcards, and this is also a lot, so it'll be $3 for all of them. So this is Tehran, so I guess this is in Iran, 1905. Some cool images on these. Looks like what's the stuff they make tequila out of? Gone blank on what it's called, but anyway, Mexico there. Yeah, agave. Yeah, I don't know why I couldn't think of that. I mean, I've drank a lot of tequila in my life, so I should know. There's another Tehran. So looks like some kind of bridge. I don't know if that's a. Yeah, I guess it says route, some kind of route. 1905 as well. And then this one's Mexico, 1905. So far it looks like most of these are from 1905. That's a cool stamp there. Republic of Mexico. And then here's Monte Carlo in Monaco. That one's also stamped. Looks like it came through Germany. And then here's, I'm not sure what this one is. I don't know if it's another Iran or if it's something different, but it looks Middle Eastern. Then we have something in Mexico. This one does have a couple of little chunks out of the side there. 19, I'm not sure the date on that one, but there's the old stamp on it. And then here's your bullfighting postcard. Here's Jerusalem. So Middle East. It's got a clipped corner. Then here is Rotterdam. Is Rotterdam, is that the Netherlands maybe? Then I thought this was cool. So it's a postcard, and then if you open it up, it's got a little postcard booklet in there with some more views. So get the little tab back in there. And then there's the back of that one. Oh, and that was Amsterdam is where that is. And this one, oh, it's Holland. I guess it's The Hague. Like a photo type postcard there. And then here is, oh, it's another Iran, Tehran. And then here's another bullfighting one. I don't know if that's Spain or Mexico, but somewhere where they're bullfighting. And then here's the, I guess, the march of the, I don't know, the bullfighters there. Yeah, Spain. So those must be Spain on the. So you're going to get all those postcards for a $3 start. Let me get it started, then we'll run back through them real quick. Hey, Music Exposed, Westside Vintage, Lucky Star, anybody else I've missed? We're going to start this one, $3, and it's off and running. You got bullfighting. I think that was the Tehran, maybe. Not sure that was the one with the extra stuff in it. Maybe Holland, Jerusalem. All right, no interest. All right, well, I don't guess I'll show the other lot of postcards. Let me see if there's anything else. Oh, we did have the pre-bids, so let me go do that real quick. Actually got a couple of pre-bids again, so let me get lot one, wherever that one went. Well, where did lot? Oh, it's not lot one, it's lot 31. Lot 31, lot 10, and lot 35. Okay, we'll go ahead and do Lot 31 first, because I know that was the first pre-bid we had. Lot 31. All right, so this is a coloring book, and it's all Victorian houses. This is from 1980. And I don't, let's see if anything looked like it was colored in this one. I don't think anything was. I made a note. No pages appear to be colored. So yeah, it's just the parlor. Looks like a garden there. The master bedroom. The bathroom. No toilet. Look at the contraption for the water there. There's your toilet. The water closet. So anyway, a whole page. In fact, it's 45 pages in the coloring book, and this one's off and running. Thank you for the bid, Brad Leo. And I will put that with your other items. All right. And then we also had a pre-bid for lot 35, which is right here. So these appear to have come out of a scrapbook at some point. Let me just show you what else in here. There's several of these like this. They're like just cutouts of something. I mean, I'm assuming somebody cut it out because it's, if you can tell, it's a little crooked there. But some Victorian girl, then a birthday card. Oh, it doesn't necessarily look like that was in a scrapbook. Then you have a die cut here. Then another just image of a girl. Yeah, I mean, you can see some glue remnants on that one. Here's another die cut of somebody reading a book. Then these are, I don't know what these came out of. They're more like, if you can see, they're more papery, not card. They're not cardstock like. So paper. I don't know if it was a magazine or a book or just some kind of cutouts. And then this says, with best New Year wishes. And this said Raphael Tuck. Just some kind of little card or bookmark, I guess. This one's more of a cardstocky type here, and then this one's paper, and it is bent. This one's also paper, and it's actually got a little tear in it there. Here's some more of the paper ones. Yeah. Oh, congratulations for unlocking bronze, Sister in Bloom. Make sure if you unlock one of the reward levels, go up to the crown at the top and claim your coupon. Here's a little Bible verse card here. Here's a birthday greeting. It is embossed around the edges. Then we have, looks like maybe a Valentine's type thing. You have the little cupids ringing the flower bell there. It does have a pinhole in it, like where it was in something. You can see it was in a scrapbook. And then you got these two things. This one's got one corner torn off. It says Goodwill to Men. Greetings on the back. This one's torn here and then torn here. But the same. I guess these are exactly the same. Just one's in a little better condition. All right, so that whole lot for $3. And it is... I am actually in Knoxville, Tennessee, Sisters in Bloom. I used to live in Franklin. Well, I actually lived in Spring Hill, but I've been back in Knoxville for 18 years now, almost 19. All right, this is now running. $3 start. Thank you, Sisters in Bloom. Yeah, my son lives in Nashville. Hey, my roommate in college was from Hohenwald. And then actually my wife lived in Hohenwald for a short period of time as well. Like way back when. Yeah, so I went to Hohenwald several times when I was in college to go stay with my roommate's family. So I don't know, are you from Hohenwald originally? All right, then we have lot 10 has a pre-bid. And I think that'll take care of the pre-bids once again. So we'll check again in a minute. Okay, 5 years. Yeah, I like it over there. I mean, I like East Tennessee, just this is where I grew up. And I like the mountains and stuff over here, but Middle Tennessee's fine too. Nashville's just gotten out of control with its growth. It's crazy. All right, so this is going to be, whoops, let me pin this. This is going to be a 20th century songbook / quiet medicine. And we looked at this right at the beginning of the show. But what it is it's an advertisement for a company that makes, one of the elixirs, that's probably all alcohol. So if you drank it, you probably did feel no pain, at least till the next day. But it's a combination of all these songs, so the Star Spangled Banner, and then it's testimonials, and advice on how to do different things. Yeah, it says, what is Cardui? Which, I mean, you find all kind of old Cardui ads. Go into any home, and 9 times out of 10, you will find either a wife, mother, daughter, or sister suffering female diseases. Wine of Cardui is a pure vegetable tonic that has brought health and freedom from the distressing pains which attack weak women to 1.5 million American homes. So it basically takes care of any issues you have. So you got all the songs, all the testimonials. This is, I guess, was given out at Limmer Drug Company. And then here's the ad for Wine of Cardui. Really cool image there. Here's some other ads. Some Thedford's Black Draft Stock Medicine. It's a liver medicine. So anyway, lots of cool stuff in this one. It's $3 start and it's off and running. All right, looks like you're going to take it, Sisters in Bloom. Thank you so much. As I mentioned earlier, I think my next sale is going to be Paperpalooza, so make sure you bookmark that. All right, anything else that anybody wants to see that I have? Still got, one miscellaneous lot, a lot of postcards, which we've already had one lot of postcards that didn't sell. I mean, I've run through most everything. Tell you what, let's do this miscellaneous lot. Those are always fun to go through. Then we'll see. This might be the last lot. Then we'll find somebody to raid unless I see any more pre-bids or requests. So take a last look through the auction catalog. If you see anything you want me to run, either pre-bid or put the lot number in the chat, and we will jump right to it after this. All right, so this is going to be lot 34. So just kind of a ephemera starter lot or a miscellaneous lot. So here's 3 Rwanda stamps. They're like laminated or something. I guess not something. I think they are laminated. So 3 Rwanda stamps. You have an old LSU decal. There's the instructions for applying it. Then you have a 1958-59 McDonald Scott's basketball brochure. They were in Lake Charles, Louisiana. There's Bill Bradley. I don't know if that's the Bill Bradley who was the, I don't think that's the same Bill Bradley who was the U.S. Congressman. Could be, though. But anyway, I'll come about that. And here's insurance payment. I guess annually it was $64.90 or 90 cents. Or maybe it's maybe that's a 3-month rate. And then there's the policy for that. Here's another policy document. Here's a bookmark from 1976. Then here's a class report envelope. I guess this is for church, like Sunday school or something. It's got some notes written on the back. Here's another bookmark. They dined on mince and slices of quince, which they ate with a runcible spoon. Then here's what looks like maybe another bookmark in remembrance of First Holy Communion. So actually just a little card, I guess, for maybe a Bible bookmark. And then, I don't know, this maybe just came off some kind of toy packaging. I'm not sure. A couple of old calling cards. Cadet John Brown Wilcox. What's that say? It says, Auntie Kate and all. We were here, but you weren't. We aren't. So, well, we weren't, so we aren't. See you soon. So you got that one, and then this looks like some kind of instructions for playing Las Vegas dice. Here's some bowling stuff. Tips for better bowling, tips for junior bowlers. Got that. And then this says, some of Roddy McDowell's best work has been done behind the camera, and it's Liz Wagner, whoever that is. I don't know. That may have been whoever owned this. Then here's something about hockey. Compliments of Marathon Oil Company. Know your hockey. So if you needed to learn about hockey. And I guess here's my one thing I had that was along this Christmas in July theme. It's the Moena. It's like a high school newsletter, Christmas edition. And yeah, Father Ryan High School in Nashville. One of my other roommates went to Father Ryan back in the day. And here's another one of the Father Ryan newsletters. Here's how to make coats at home from the U.S. Department of Agriculture. So yeah, if you were needing to make a coat, then you can bid on this. Oh, sorry about that. You can bid on this lot. I think this was from the World's Fair, the 1982 World's Fair here in Knoxville. It was a brochure from the Saudi Arabian Pavilion. And then here's some kind of concert with the ticket. Was this 1982 as well? Yeah, I'm not sure. I think this was probably around the World's Fair time as well. And then we have a Happy Holidays Legends and Music. So from 1980. So anyway, you're getting all this for a $3 start. And that is off and running. And if there's no more requests or pre-bids or anything, I'll probably go ahead and call it. I said I was only going to go an hour, and I've been going almost an hour and 45 minutes instead. So appreciate everybody stopping by. Stick with me long enough. Let's go find somebody to raid real quick. I always like to finish out the show by raiding. Let me look over here on the laptop and see who's running right now. But yeah, I hope everybody has a great weekend. If you go yard selling or anything tomorrow, I hope you find a lot of good treasures. Let's see. Let's go to Shaylot 939. She's doing Victorian trade cards, not part of a raid train or anything. So this will push 6 more people over to her. So everybody have a great weekend. Your stuff will ship out no later than Monday. And let's see, Shaylot. There they are. All right, everyone. We're headed over to Shaylot Victorian Trade Cards. Tell her Franklin Hill Venture sent you, and we will talk to everybody next time.